What's up, fam? Thank you for coming to the first episode of the Spin That Wheel series. We got a good one ahead of you right after this clip. It's my man JCON, Josh Conley, my day one, first one to go out on the road working with me. Both of us in it together since then. So yeah, it's a fun one. A lot of fun memories, fun situations, and a little surprise at the end. Big football weekend coming up. So hope you enjoy the video. Like the video, subscribe to the video, click that button. I love you guys, proud of you guys. Peace. And recording. All right. Josh Conley, my main man.
What's up?
My day one. We're officially recording the first episode of the Spin That Wheel series. Yeah, dude, when it landed on your name, I was like, hell yeah, that couldn't have worked out any better. Like, I was so nervous. I was like, all right, so the first two coming on, like, hopefully they want to do this. I don't even know how this is going to go, but you and Melly, that really worked out.
Oh, yeah, I'm always down.
Yeah, I love that. And your mic's coming through great. It's all good stuff. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of go through the questionnaire and just chat about each one of the responses. And then I've got a little bit at the end that'll be pretty fun. It'll be a surprise, but you'll see it when we get there. So first, before we get into each one of the questions on the questionnaire, why don't you talk about your first day at weights or your first experience coming out and when that was? Just give me a little background for coming to work at weights.
Well, I'm pretty sure our first day ever was September 26th in 2017. And I mean, even from the get-go, as we got to the hotel for the first time after traveling, we had to go meet in the boardroom with everyone, with 6 to 7 people, including James and Eric, and then Jason as well. But at that time, had no idea who he was, just a brand new person. It was just, it's a weird feeling. It's so far away, but it makes me feel for some of these new guys when they come on. I'm like, dang, it really is weird traveling out to wherever, meeting how many ever brand new people. But
yeah, on that too, it's like it's weird to remember that like fresh brain on all this stuff. Like I was saying the other day, one of our new guys that came out, he said, or he messaged me and was like, he's like, hey, did the hotel give you your room number yet? And I was like, nah, dude, just wait till you get there.
Yeah, we weren't even that far. I was just like, I got a room, like whatever, and a nice room at that. We were both shell shocked because it was just like that brand new Hampton Inn or something. And great hotel. So getting in there and seeing that, it was like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then first day at work, though, you and me were right next to each other, doing the back side of a bed on a mezzanine with our heads like right there near the edge. And we just looked around and we're like, what are we doing? Like, what, like, this is our new job? Like, that's weird. Like, I don't even, we couldn't even fathom it yet. We were just like, all right, well, I'm doing what I'm told. Like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, like going into it, it was very much, even before we flew out, we were like, I have no idea. We have no idea what we're getting into here. And then there was so many days that first week we'd look over at each other and be like, are you serious? Like, can you believe that this is where we are right now in the middle of New Jersey?
Yeah, and it's, I have those thoughts still, depending where I'm at, depending what machine we're working on. I'm like, really? Like, I'm doing this right now? But, it's almost always satisfying. Really, by the end of it, you're like, all right, we did something, knocked it out, saw something new. But, yeah, it's, man, it's just crazy to think those first few days of having zero idea of any of it, even what the job was yet. And then 6 years later, just having all that knowledge now and just being like, dang, came a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, you forget. You don't really know until you really like take a step back and look back and be like, wow, like that's just so much experience and knowledge that we gained, and you don't even know you're gaining it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I'm glad to be at this part instead of the brand new era, but
Mm-hmm.
if I was coming in brand new right now, I'd probably feel a lot better than when we came in brand new to what we came into because it was new to everybody.
Yeah.
Whole team, every aspect of the team was like, "Well, we'll figure it out because we've never done this just like y'all." So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were interviewing a guy the other day, and one of the questions that was asked was, "Describe your dream job, or tell me about your dream job." And his answer was, "I don't really have a dream job, but he was like, all I want is to be confident in my work and know what I'm doing." And it's like, yeah, that's huge to be able to have
yeah.
that level of confidence to be like, yeah, even if I'm getting a shitty situation, I know I can get it done.
Yeah, yeah, that's a pretty good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't tell you. Same thing. Or whenever I'm asked, I would say maybe like a sports analyst for
Mm-hmm.
football or something. That's like the only thing I could think of. Like, wow, I'd probably wake up and actually be like, I'm ready to go. Or you go to a stadium, you go around players or whatever the thing could be. It's like, all right, that sounds pretty cool. But
Right. Yeah.
I also live in the realm of reality where I'm like, should have started with that a long time ago if I
Uh-huh.
wanted to do that. So. But
Uh-huh.
you never know.
You never know. You can make it anything you want. All right, before we get into the questions, though, one of the things I do want to ask is of all the years that you've been doing this and traveling, where was your favorite place that you went?
Favorite
And it
place.
doesn't have to be work related. It could be, the experience or different, the just the city, state where you went.
I
Favorite
might,
spot.
I might have to go fight my dogs real quick.
You're good. I can also
They're,
cut out whatever too. I can like piece it up.
they're like, the little one's got a toy and he's like hiding under the kitchen table and like dodging the other dogs, like keeping the toy. Even we just opened this box, it had 3, 4 toys in it. They just fight over that same one. I mean, like no matter what, they got like 6 toys laying here, but yet they're both wanting the same one. Mac, come here. All right, ask that again real quick.
Okay. So, of all the places that you've been over the last several years, which place was your favorite? It doesn't have to be work related. It can be work related, but I want to know the area, city, state, and why that was your favorite place.
That's a banger. I might have to even give a top 3
Okay.
because it's going to be hard to decide. I think I'll start with 3. Probably maybe near Seattle because I've actually had a personal trip there that was pretty cool and a work trip. And on the work trip, we just went to a couple like different hikes however far from Seattle. I mean, 40 minutes, probably 40, 50 minutes. And we also went like to the city and right near the Pike Place Market, like the big, kind of like when we were just in Cincinnati, that little marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, except just way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But that is pretty cool. And then also like when I went on the personal trip, we went to the big national park, Mount Rainier, and
Mm-hmm.
that place is dope. Like I've actually been another time by myself there. So I went once with me and Allison, and then another time just me. And when me and Allison went, it was summer, so it was pretty good weather. Whatever. When I went, it was winter, and it was crazy what it looked like up there. Like driving by the same places I had just driven by during the summertime,
Mm.
and then looking at it, full snowed up. I was like, dang, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would probably be 3. Two's hard. Two's hard because I think I already have number 1. But
A clear front runner, huh?
yeah, for an area at least. 2. Probably near Denver, I would think, or it's I guess more Colorado Springs.
Uh-huh.
But same thing. I went there for work and for pleasure once, and it's just got a lot of different stuff you could do. Like, I mean, if you were there for a weekend, you'd barely scratch the surface.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for like 5 days on a vacation. You still could barely fit in all the different places you could go within an hour and a half because we didn't even hang out in Denver very much. It was mostly Colorado Springs. So if we would have actually had a couple more days and even went and hung out in Denver, I mean, there's no telling what else we could have done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that place was dope. And then number one is definitely like Ontario, San Bernardino, California, like hands down because
It's a good one.
I've been there so many times.
No, I don't think I've like hiked or done any like real touring there because when I was in San Bernardino, it was me and Rich, and we had a job that pretty much took all of our attention, and then we were
We
out.
went to the cabin though. That was
Oh, that was there.
so that's
Oh
I
yeah,
mean that's kind
Ontario.
of not in San Bernardino anymore or in Ontario, but
Uh huh.
that was where we were staying. Is like one of those. There's like 10 small cities out there, like, and we always stayed at a different one.
Yeah.
Like Fontana, that might have been where you stayed the one time. Fontana, and yeah, I can't remember the one because I was there with the team with Dominic and them, and you and Rich were off doing that other side gig,
Yep.
but I was with the main team. Um, but yeah, like you can go hike there if you want to drive an hour. You go to the beach. Uh, I'm trying to think. There was something I had on my mind that was fun. Oh, Allison, she came to visit there once, like while I was at work, and I got to take her to that same buffet that you and me went to,
Oh yeah.
that breakfast. So that's in LA, but that was amazing. I mean, you were there to
Yeah.
experience that the first time. She lost her mind.
It was
She was
immaculate.
like, yeah, she was like, whoa, like I'm going ham. Like I'm going to tear this shit up. And yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. And I don't think it's open anymore because I don't think they want to do buffet
Yeah.
stuff with
The COVID
COVID.
stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, like we got to live that out before it went away and it was amazing.
It was. I remember how much we spent too. And I mean, I could do it easier now, but at the time I was like, man, this is a buck for some breakfast, but it was so
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it. It was so good, and like bottomless mimosas, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, you make that. It was like $55, $60. It's like that's pretty worth it if you can get a good amount of drinking in too.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that place it just has everything to offer. I've been there how many ever times with how many ever different sets of people, and it never disappoints. Maybe even Tracy, California, has a little included, even though they're very far away. But we've been
hmm
to Tracy a bunch, and that's where our uh, real good disc golf course is. So Swenson Park, where you can rent a golf cart and play disc golf because it's like on a golf course too.
uh huh.
So you can like rent a cart and play disc golf, which is amazing.
Yeah,
10 out of 10 would recommend.
yeah. That is yeah. Best part about the gig is being able to go see all these new places you didn't even know existed, and then it's even
Yeah.
better when you go somewhere and you don't have high expectations. It's not like a major city or something, and you're like, whoa, gotta go there again. Like that was sick.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites was being in Tucson. Like that was in the middle of the summer. It was around July 4th. But we had a sweet hotel. The views are incredible there. They also have like jet planes flying over all the time. They do a lot of like testing for like I guess the Air Force or something. They're
hmm
or training I think for their pilots. So it's pretty spectacular.
Now you just reminded me, 4th of July. That was also near Ontario because we went to Joshua Tree for that 4th of July, but we were staying like San Bernardino area.
Yep, yep.
So, I mean, between that trip, the cabin trip, how many ever times going to the beach, how many ever times just going to the mountains, how many
hmm
times just going to LA, like, it's just, and you got all those options too.
Uh huh.
Come on, Mac. Hush.
Mac. Okay, we'll dive in now to the questions that were on the poll, kind of leading off of your favorite places. First question was your favorite part about working with weights. Your answer was, I love all of our team members. I could go on an assortment of jobs with many different combinations of people and have a great time. along with crushing each project we show up to.
Yeah,
We want to speak
that's
on
the
that?
motto. That's the motto that we live by. Like, because when I'm working, you know, I'm definitely doing what I can to keep the mood light, especially if it's a tough job. But it's like let's get serious. Let's knock this out. And depending on where we're at or how the weather is, whatever, like if y'all are crushing it, I'm willing to accommodate the time. Like I'm willing to get us out of here earlier to go experience what
Mm-hmm.
we got around us. Like, but we gotta meet goals.
Yeah.
Without meeting the goal, the fun is it's a little less fun too, for at least me, because I got to think about other things. So,
Mm-hmm.
but over the years, man, just who we've accrued as our coworkers, it's just even recently. I mean, I've had some similar teams like over the past few months, but it's kind of like even some teams I didn't really have as much over the past year or so. So some of these people, it's like, all right, now I'm even closer to these guys. Like slowly, little by little, like I'm as close as I can get to each person. Like
Yep.
and that's kind of the goal. Like, and maybe they don't want to be close. That's all right. That's just a person I'm friends with, whatever. But everybody else, if they're willing to be close and hang out and do whatever, it's like I'm going to be there doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, early on, that was definitely one of our biggest issues. Was we had a lot of good people, but we had some tough situations sometimes, and that definitely, as the years have gone on, and the people who love it and see it and know what we're all about, as that has trickled in, like the culture, it has really made why this job is so cool, is like all the different people that you become friends with and you build on those relationships over time. Guys aren't coming in and then leaving after a few months or a year. It's like when they come in and they see it, they're like, this is cool.
Yeah, and everybody's bought in at this
Mm-hmm.
point. Like before it was just newer, and people were trying to figure out, I guess, what their lane is, their role, and some of the people that aren't with us anymore, like with the company, it's like I don't know. I feel like when they come into it now, it's much more established, and then I think it's kind of even easier for people to, like work up through it. Because
Yeah.
before it was kind of like, well, everybody's kind of new here, so like I'm new too, but I could step in and start being the man already. Like some people really thought they could just hop in and take over some stuff, and it's like, well, you might need a little more time
Yeah.
under your belt before you do that. And now at this point, like everybody understands, like because they can feel the knowledge now that everybody has. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not passing these guys up at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's cool. And I love how you said too. Yeah, it's like early on the culture, like it wasn't as established as it is now. But now it's like it is its own living thing, and
Yeah.
it's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah.
All right, moving into the next one. The next question that was on the poll was your favorite memory at weights. We've gone over your favorite place. We've gone over your favorite part. Your favorite
Oh,
memory. You put
I put a bunch.
yeah, you put truly too many to pick. You said, I'm going to go through these and you can, I'm going to just name them all off. You can talk about whichever ones you want to. I want to hear about some of these experiences and, why they were so dope. But you put the Grand Canyon, camping at Joshua Tree, cabin in the mountains at San Bernardino. We talked about that. Jasper National Park in Alberta, climbing the giant hill in Big Bear,
You
canoeing,
remember that?
terrible.
Yeah, you meet Jonathan Raoul.
Terrible. It was cool I still have like the videos and clips from it, which is, yeah, that I should have pulled that up. Honestly, like one of the pictures from it, but yeah, that actually made the mini-sode, like beginning reel, whatever, when we were up there, because we were just so freaking exhausted, but it was
Oh
just
yeah,
a
we hung
great
out
view.
there forever because we were just dead. We're like, we got to sit up here for a while. We worked this hard to get here.
Yeah, that was like a straight up climb, like multiple times, like I'm gonna fall situation. Like it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
You said canoeing in Cincy, and you said hiking all over the country. So lots of favorite memories. Most of them are experiences out around the job itself. Grand Canyon, that was cool.
Yeah. Grand Canyon's amazing.
That was your first time.
Yeah, only time still because that's the only time I've been to Arizona or close to the Grand Canyon because I've been to Salt Lake and Denver and other places and New Mexico, but it's pretty far. But yeah, we were working like a odd shift, like getting off at 2 in the morning or some weird stuff. But it was about 3 hours away, and all of us committed. We're like, all right, we're getting back from work at like 3 a.m. or
Mm-hmm.
2 a.m., whatever it is, and we're like, we're gonna wake up at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. We're gonna meet, and we're all gonna go. And it was like a 3.5 hour drive one way. And yeah, me, Trevor Zamar, Luke Morose, RIP,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was only who else? Yeah, because I think it was us four. Because Raul was around, but he didn't come because he had recently just went, and he's like, "I'm good. I'm not trying to take that ride."
Yeah, long way.
Yeah, but it was so worth it. It's one of those stand and stare type things, and just be like, "Wow!" Like it's kind of like when you get up on a high mountain and like get that mountain air, and you
Yeah.
just feel like I don't know. It's
It's
just
like
very
overwhelming. Like it's like just so crazy to something
yeah,
that
and
huge, and you're
it's
like
just
part
a
of it.
hole. That's all it is, really. It's just a
There's a
giant
hole.
yeah, a giant hole that keeps going around, and like you're just like, okay, that's it. But you're also like, whoa, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like it was cool. I'd recommend.
The at least one of the ones I definitely want to talk about here is the camping at Joshua Tree. That was epic. That was the one I was with you there, and the moon that night was insane. I know we've talked about it multiple times, but
Yeah, that was super fun, and I wish we would have had a little more time or planned it better. It was very thrown together, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and we just had to find us a spot to camp. Like we were just kind of searching around forever. We're like, oh man, we should have thought about this. Like 4th of July, like a great night, full moon night to go to this place, and like it was almost completely filled up with
Mm-hmm.
people camping, and we're like, whatever. We made it there at night, so barely can see. Trying to set up our stuff, and then what? At like 9 in the morning, we left. As soon
Yeah.
as everybody started waking up, we're like, it's hot. We're stuck in this tent. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we wanted to get out of there as quick as we could.
Playing
The
dice on the cooler all night.
That's what I was about to say. You came out pretty good there on that on
Oh
those
yeah,
dice games. I remember that. I was pissed.
it was karma. I bought the tent. It
Yeah,
gave me the money back, but then I shipped it home, and it put me in the hole. I
for
should have
shipping
just
it.
yeah, should have gave it to Raul or something, but I still have it, and it is a nice tent. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It went all the way across the country.
Yeah, they did. Cool. Yeah, those are all great memories. So we could literally sit here and talk for hours on it. But
Oh yeah.
we're gonna push through. I've got more things that I want to get to. So the third question, getting into the more fun ones. If you were hosting a dinner party and 3 famous people are coming over, who would you invite? You said Shaq, Adam Sandler, and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I threw him in kind of because I really couldn't pick, and I was like, let's get somebody smart in here.
Yeah.
Just if we want to dabble in something else, we'll be like, man, what do you know about this? And just see what he's got to spout off. But yeah, Shaq, I always pick Shaq because he's just so fun. Like I think he's so funny. Like he's an entertaining person,
Yeah.
and he seems like one of those people. Honestly, if you saw him on the street and said hi to him, he's just gonna say hi to you. Like he's not gonna be a jerk or nothing, and he's worth $1 billion or more.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be nice. Like he's just cool, I think, and hilarious. Like he'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam Sandler's kind of the same thing. Like he just seems like a cool, regular dude. Be fun to I love his movies probably the most. Like out of any type of actor.
Like in general, or just like comedians, or just you're talking any actor? That's your guy.
In general, probably just for like the amount of movies he has,
Mm-hmm.
like that I could go and just be like, all right, I'll watch that. Like,
Did
no
you see the
qualms.
one shit? What was it
The
called?
bar mitzvah one?
No, the gambling one.
Oh, Uncut Gems.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah, yeah, that was really good.
That was
So,
pretty
yeah,
raw. That was like a different type of Adam Sandler, and it was hard to watch
yeah.
at times, honestly.
He's got he had that basketball movie come out, Hustle or something. It's
Yep.
okay. It wasn't too great, but the one he just had on Netflix, it's like You're Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah or something, but it's more about his kids, and it's his
Oh
real
yes,
kids playing it. It's a good movie. Like it is a good movie, but it's kind of just like a funny what do they call it? A coming of age thing.
yeah,
But like it's a good ass movie for you hear Adam Sandler coming out with something nowadays like really what was the one like Ridiculous Six or he made like the knockoff one
yeah.
to it or he was in it. I don't know. Like he's been pretty whatever besides Uncut Gems and then like this new movie I would say. But go back to the 2000s and stuff. I mean, I could watch all those movies over and over.
Yeah.
Click and Big Daddy and Mr. Deeds, Waterboy, like all
Yeah,
those.
there's so many, dude. One of my favorite parts about him is one when it's his movie and he's like, producing whatever, all the things. He always goes to just exotic places because that's where you live for a few months. So that's dope that
Oh
he
yeah.
like surrounds it around like the theme of the movie or setting is like, I mean, the one movie where they go to Hawaii's with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, just go with it.
Just go with it. Great movie, but like that, yeah, like they got to just all go and hang out in Hawaii or whatever forever. And the other thing too is any movie that is his, he gets Dan Patrick to come in and star in. Like they're homies. And Dan
Oh, the
Patrick always has like a
sports
small
guy.
role. Yeah, yeah, he has a small role in like most of his movies. I mean, if he's like in charge of it, he definitely gets him to come in there.
And he uses all his friends like over and over, like
Uh
for
huh.
these kind of not necessarily extras, but like middle little roles. Like he has all those same. I don't know their names honestly, but
David
there's like,
Spade, Chris Rock.
well, not even them. Like
You talk about like
the
non-celebrity friends?
well, they're celebrities, I guess, at this point because they've been in every like they're in Longest Yard or not Longest Yard. They're in Waterboy, like
Oh yes, I know.
the
Yeah,
quarterback off Waterboy, and then the guy with the messed up eye on Waterboy.
yep,
They're
yep,
in every movie,
yep. I
and
honestly can't think of their names either. It's like they're like not a list or anything, but still celebrities.
I've never even looked it up. I just know that when it's his, like you were saying, he puts them in every movie, and I'm like, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
Like he's not giving up anything to be like, oh, I got to put these bigger stars in here, guys. My bad. Like he just does it with his people, and he does fine,
mm-hmm.
and he makes out fine.
Yeah. He seems like that dude, like that kind of culture dude that you're looking for. It's like
Yeah,
he's serious about doing shit well, but also it's like oh he's good people and looking for a good time too.
yeah. That's like why I picked is just to be like we would have an okay time, some entertainment,
Yeah,
because there's not many celebrities I'm trying to hang out with
yeah,
unless it was for I don't know, unless I think they had some money to so I could pitch something to them.
yeah,
That'd be about the only other thing I'd pick for, like a rich person to be like, I got some ideas.
yeah. The and then I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson would want to speak a lot at that table, but he ain't gonna get much in with
Well,
Shaq and
I,
Adam Sandler there.
I'd like to know if he's crazy too. Like that might make him act a little different,
Yeah,
or at the same time, I don't know if we're all the other three of us are hanging out and we're like, man, like what's up with the moon? Like whatever. Just get to ask him something, and him just hate him, either hate his life or love that he gets to be so smart compared to us. But
yeah, yeah,
I really couldn't think of another. I just threw him in kind of because I'm like, he's smart. That'd be cool.
yeah.
I
That's
like
good.
him.
I like it. All right, I'm gonna go on to the next one. I'm actually gonna pull this up too. You may not see it on your end, but I've pulled the album artwork up as we discuss it. But I asked the question: one music album everyone must listen to, front to back, before they die. So yeah, not just listen to because of one song. We're talking you should one sitting just bang this album out front to back. And your album was The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough one too. And I do have another option potentially, but that one, if you listen to Mac Miller enough leading up to that moment, it was very weird. Like it was a way different
Hmm.
vibe, and yeah, I mean some of his best songs are on that album.
I remember, obviously meeting you. I liked Mac Miller when I was in high school and into college. Not on the level that you and Allison love old Larry Fisherman pseudonym.
She likes the old a little more than me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of same vibe as you, like in high school. He
Yeah.
started getting popular and he was like, oh, this is cool. He's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
then when he got a little more serious, a little different, I liked it even more.
Yeah. Yep. And I know a few other people have talked about that. Zid was one of them. He's big on him, like how much his music career just like grew over time. But I mean, I know Donald Trump, when that came out, that was one of the first big ones that I've got into. That was like freshman year, sophomore of high school, whenever I first heard it. But I remember being in a singulator, asking you, all right, which Mac album should I throw on? And I threw this one on and loved it.
I did tell you that?
You did. Yep. You were like, do the Divine Feminine. And at that shift that day, I went front to back on this album. So I love that you picked this one, because I remember you telling me that and being like, ooh, this is really good.
It's very, it's like peaceful kind of vibe. Like everything's kind of chiller, like a little more singy, like a little more singing than normal. But
is he dating Ariana Grande when this one came out?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, they have the one song, My Favorite Part, with her. I didn't know if they were at the time.
I do think they were, but I think it wasn't too long after that they weren't. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a favorite song on this album?
You
may not be able to see the album, but I can list them off.
It's either Stay or Cinderella.
Yeah.
Or
I like Stay.
Or I do like the Kendrick Lamar one too. The God is Fair, Sexy Nasty. Like it's just a weird album. Like it just gets weird, and I like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But
okay. You got a backup. You had another one.
I'm gonna give a backup because this is actually cohesive. Like as you listen to it, it's very like you have to listen to the first, second, third. Like you got to listen in order. But J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only.
Yep.
That is a very good album. It was made, his friend got killed, and he made it for his daughter, for that guy's daughter, to portray how his life was.
Wow.
So like track 1 through 14, it starts as like literally the first sound you hear is like a baby crying, like a baby's being born. Shh, Matt, hush. Baby's being born, and then the last track is like somebody dying.
Yeah.
All in between, you literally go through like growing up, teenage years, adulthood. Like it takes you through all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you talking about that one. I have not listened to that one front to back yet. I need to give that one a shot.
I used to actually not like that one as much when it came out. I was kind of like, whatever. But there was a night, me and Allison were doing a puzzle. Just had our kitchen table, had a puzzle out, and we listened to it. I mean, I'm like almost in tears on some of them.
Dude.
Like literally like very moving.
Yeah. That's dope.
And if you know the story behind it first, like about what it's about, or you kind of look at that and then you listen to it, you're like, and you think about that perspective, it really hits.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, just to back up, because the Divine Feminine's good, but the other one's more of a listen to it straight through.
Yeah.
And
it's all like cohesive, the meaning behind the whole thing.
That's the other one might be too, but I think it's a little more random.
Okay, yeah. On that note, the last question on the poll for everybody was one movie everyone should watch at least once before they die. Just burped. Your movie was Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Got the album artwork up here, obviously. Brad Pitt, Christopher Waltz.
Banger.
Yeah. Why? What pulled you to that movie?
It's literally. I mean, it's one of the best movies ever. Like, at least that I've watched. I'm really not a movie person. Like I can't say I've watched like all the classics over the years. Like, but it's so good. Like you feel the vengeance all the time, like as like throughout the thing, as people are getting revenge or like trying to, stick up for the people, the Jewish people and everything. Like, I don't know, you just really feel it, like it's powerful. And then in the moments where people are about to get found out and stuff, like it's so tense Like you feel like you're about to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're on the edge, and then yeah, Brad Pitt and his whole battalion of like the country ragtag group of guys that are just, I mean, like slaughtering. Like
Mm-hmm.
they are just they're torturing people. Like the way they go about their business is so entertaining, and then you also love it because it's like, hell yeah, get the Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Hell
you're
yeah.
like they deserve that. And like while you're watching the movie, it brings you a little into that where you're like, you know, feeling the storyline. You're like, dang, that's great. I couldn't imagine whatever going through that stuff. And then also like the way it's delivered by like Brad Pitt or what'd you say that guy's name is? Christopher Waltz, like
Yep.
the officer guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good.
He
Like I
is.
mean, he has you shaking in your boots at
Mm-hmm.
home, worried about he's about to figure something out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a great movie. And it's kind of fun. Like it's got some funniness to it while it is such a serious movie. Like good mix.
Yeah.
I think Tarantino, yeah, he'd probably be one of my favorite. Honestly, I think just almost any of his movies are like going to be tops for me. I really like his style.
Yeah. Yeah, he's yeah, great. It just reels you in as a viewer. So I'm in agreement with this movie. I thought this was a great choice for a movie you must watch.
Allison had never seen it before sometime last year, and I watched it on a flight, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and I was like, oh my God, like rock my world again
Yeah,
because it had been so long. She had never seen it, got her to watch it. She's like, yeah, like really might be the best movie I've ever seen. Like,
you
or at
love
least,
that.
yeah, it's so good. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go see it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing I want to do with you, and then I'll have to move on to Melly. But this is, I can't. I'm excited about this. I'm hoping I can get this video out tonight because of it. But I'm gonna pull something up for you. You can't see this yet, but NFL playoffs. We're in the midst of them.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're gonna do. I've got the playoff bracket up right now. I'm going to share it with you so you won't see me anymore, but I want you to see the lines on these games, and I want you to go through and tell me your favorite lines that you like. We'll do money line, over, under kind of thing. And then at the very end, so we'll just do the weekend picks for this game. At the very end, I want a prediction for who you think will win the playoffs. So first off, you see that. Let's see. Let's do. Let's just give you the odds. Okay.
Right.
So the odds this week, let me pull it up on my end. So there's the playoff bracket. FanDuel odds this week. We got the first game. We'll go with the first game. Texans versus the Ravens. That's Saturday, 3:30 in the afternoon. The line is 9.5, and the over/under is 43.5. What are your picks here, and why did you pick that?
Well, I hate the Ravens game. I hate that spread. Honestly, like it's a tricky spread.
Let's give me the picks first, a spread and the over/under, and then we can talk about why.
Just one of any.
I'm saying every game. Let's go what you think the
okay.
spread will be and what you think the over/under will be. I'm gonna click it on the screen on my end so it like populates or highlights for the viewer.
On Ravens Texans, I'd probably say I'd probably give the Texans plus 9.5.
Texans cover 9.5.
Yeah,
Over/under 43.5.
I'd say over.
Over points. All right, let's talk. Thoughts on the game.
Well, it's going to be a good game, I think.
You told me you were worried about the Ravens with sitting players and then having the bye week. You don't love that.
Yeah, I don't. Just because, not even for my team, because it has gotten my team a little bit, like bitten them in the ass.
Yep.
But I feel like a lot of teams over the years, that first seeded team, besides, I guess like the last couple of years, the Chiefs and stuff, like they've stayed pretty true. But like, even if you think about the Chargers back in the day in the 2000s with LaDainian and Phillip Rivers, all these good people, every time they won the first seed, they got bounced.
Yep.
Which is a different example, but I I just don't like it. I kind of like keeping the momentum. I know you get more rest, but I kind of like the momentum of it. But no, I think the Ravens take this still. I mean, they're good. They're really good, and you know, the Texans and Ravens played week 1, and the Ravens won by 16, and you know, I think it is going to be a different game than that. But even in that game, they won by 16, and Lamar had like 2 or 3 turnovers. 0. I don't think he had a touchdown. He had like less than 200 yards or 250 altogether. So, I mean, if he does even halfway what he can, I mean, the Texans better be able to play catch up.
Yeah. Yep. All right, sweet. We got Texans covering and the over hitting, and the Ravens still taking that game. So we'll move into the next one. Packers 49ers, same spread, 9.5, and the over-under's 50.5 on this game. What do we like here? Spread?
It's really tough. I think I'm going plus again. I mean, I think the Packers are gonna. I think they're gonna play good again.
Yeah, it feels like it.
That's one of those cases of the momentum teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to play the last game to even make sure that. Well, I guess I don't really know. I think they did. They had to make sure they even got in the playoffs, and then they beat Dallas first week, and nobody expected that. They're just hot, and
yep.
49ers, same thing. Like they rested a week. Like they're still. I think they're still going to take it.
I mean, they're so good.
But I like the plus because Dallas. I think their defense maybe it kind of got worse at the end of the year, or at least against better teams. But I know halfway through the year, Dallas was like a top defense, and the Packers defense it just gave up 30-something points. I don't know. I'm liking it over.
Okay. We're going over in this game at 50.5, and on to the next game. We have Sunday's game at 2 Central Time. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. The spread is 6.5. Over under is at 48.5. What do we like?
Plus again.
Okay, we're covering.
I think the Bucs might just win.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Detroit's pretty good, but they have nothing that's making me be like, wow, they're really going to win.
Yeah.
Like in the Bucs is that just hot team. Like they are good. Like they just won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. Like they still have some of those people and even better people since then. So I would say plus, and I'm going to hit this one with the under.
Okay.
I just
reasons.
I don't know. I don't really have a good reason. I just think
just your gut, baby.
Yeah, because I don't know. I see them both. I see Detroit kind of floundering a little. They're in a big game, so I see them maybe starting slow, and then I see Tampa either doing the same thing or starting hot and not finishing. Like I kind of see that from both of them. That I could see somebody taking off a good early, even like a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdown lead by halftime, and then the other team come back.
Yeah,
but it still be like 21-24.
Yeah. Okay, last game on the slip is my favorite game, the Sunday night game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Our spread currently is 2.5. That's actually plus 100 odds on the Chiefs covering 2.5. Over under 45.5. What do we like?
Can you scroll down any? I can't see it on there. Or is it just got the?
Oh, here. Hold up. Let me do this for you. I think I've got.
Yeah. Oh, it just moved a little.
Let me do this. Hold on. I have something else for you just in case that happened. Let's do. Can you see it?
Ooh. Yeah, I think plus 2.5 for the Chiefs.
Plus 2.5 for the Chiefs. That plus 100 and over under 45.5.
Chiefs win and over. Chiefs 2.5 and the over.
Chiefs 2.5 cover and the over. You think they take them down in Buffalo, huh?
Oh yeah. It could be like overtime or something, but I don't know. I don't trust them Bills.
Wow.
But I'd take the Bills if the Ravens win. I'd like either or, but the Bills feels like nobody could make an excuse because if the Chiefs beat them, there's always that excuse of like, oh, there's going to be some call that's made and they're going to be like, oh, the refs love the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't even want to deal with that. I'd rather just get beat by the team which the Bills have been getting some penalties too, but I don't know. Penalties are crazy this year or even in the last few years. Like it's so hard to deal with some of that.
But big Bills guy because Griffin's a big Bills guy right now. He's got a pretty big future on the Bills to win it all, and they got it at some pretty good odds. So I would love to see the Bills pull that one.
Yeah, I don't know if the Ravens win and the Bills win. They could definitely beat the Ravens, but man, I don't know. This is a Ravens year, I think. It feels like it.
It does. All right, so with these picks, you got two options here. One, I was either going to give you, or anyone who comes on this is getting $10 gift card to their favorite restaurant, fast food, whatever. They're going to get a $10 gift card, probably maybe even Uber Eats. Or you can negate that and you get a free $5 on this entire slip parlayed together, except it's not letting me do the over on the Kansas City Chiefs Bills game. But if I remove that, we have 7 legs, and at $5 you win $427.
Yep, bet it.
We're betting it.
That's easy.
I'm gonna keep 10% of it, but you get all the rest of the winnings.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's pray.
All right. Yeah, we'll get that slip in for you. And then the last thing, so just Super Bowl prediction winner right now. Who do you think comes down with it?
Well, I'm gonna be biased and say the Ravens.
Okay.
They've already beat the Niners. If they had to play them again, it's hard to beat people twice, but we can, and we did pretty well. We can, if it is any of these other teams, if we do make it to, the hardest part would be making it to the Super Bowl. But if the Packers, Buccaneers, or Lions make the Super Bowl, I think, there's potential for them to get smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the Lions already did. That was quite a while ago, but we beat the Lions 37-3. And they're one of the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think if we can beat the Chiefs or Bills, I think it's ours to lose at that point, even if it is the 49ers.
Yeah.
But if it's any of those 3 other teams, they could win. It could go either way, but, there could be a bad blowout potentially, too.
Yeah. Yep. I'm excited to see. I hope this bet hits, too. I'll do the same with Melly.
Yeah.
And it might adjust each week as we bring on new guests.
I'll be watching tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be chilling.
All right. Well, Josh, thank you for coming on. You're day one homie and always will be in this venture. So, this isn't going to be the last time you'll be on any of these series or episodes. So, this is a good one. Though. Let's keep it going. This is a good one, though. Everyone's got to see just, who we're surrounding ourselves with and what we've been up to in the past, especially with this dope-ass company. And meeting a lot of cool people. And we'll see where we go in the next 10, 20 years. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and that's it for the JCON app.
Signing off.